online editor. So Toronto Pro is going on right now. The finals for the women's divisions are happening right now. We did do a live wrap up after judging. We had some technical difficulties, some glitches, and we're going to be coming back for the finals with footage and all that good stuff like we normally do. But right now I want to give you a rundown of what I saw at the judging because I did watch the live stream. And this is based off what I saw on the live stream, guys. I was not there. And I only say that because, no offense to the promoters, but this was not the greatest live stream. Could not really assess the condition of the athletes the way I would like to. I could get a general idea. And the guys who are really, really shredded had deep, deep cuts. You could still see that, but the fine details, man, like Gilco does a tremendous job. But let's get into it, guys. This was shaping up, as soon as we saw the list come out, going to be a battle between Iain Valliere, who needs some redemption after last Olympia where he placed 11th, and Hassan Mustafa, who, he won a couple shows last year, but they were weaker shows. He needs to win a bigger show, a show with a name like this, get his name back out there, get on the Olympia stage again. And of course, Hassan, this is the third coach that I know of. He worked with Chris Aceto, then AJ Sims from Cement Factory, and now he's with Chad Nichols. Hassan looked great today from what I could see. Big, full, huge, such round muscle bellies, tremendous leg development, arm development. Iain looked really good too. Don't get me wrong. I heard Fouad saying it's going to be, he predicts Iain's winning. He might win, but he might not. It's definitely very close. The judges you could see the way they were moving them around. So the first call out, guys, was Ross Flanagan, who won the Cali Pro last weekend. Was it 2 weeks ago? Hassan Mustafa. New guy from Korea named Jangmin Lee. He had a bad tan, but geez, the potential in this guy. Tremendous leg development, very lean, great overall shape. I think he needs to bring his upper body up a little more to match these tremendous legs he's got. But Jangmin Lee, look out for this guy. Joe Seaman from Canada, Robin Strand, and Iain Valliere. So based on the call-outs, it looks like the top two, the definitely guys fighting for the title right now, are Iain Valliere and Hassan Mustafa. But Robin Strand improved. Like I said, if somebody looked really shredded on this stream that I was looking at, they're in awesome shape. Robin Strand looks like a very clear third place. So I'm guessing it's going to be Ross Flanagan in fourth. Now we're going to find out in like an hour, 2 hours. The finals are happening as we speak. So who's fighting for the other spots? So the call out after that was, so we had a final call out of number 1 was Slavoj Bednar, 7 was Jangmin Lee, 8 Jason Lowe, who moved up from Classic to 212. This was open debut. Jason looked great. And 11 was Joe Seaman. So that looks like the call out that was fighting for 5th and 6th spots to me. It looks very, very clear that the winner is going to be Hassan or Iain. Robin Strand looks like a very, very definite third place. Then I'm guessing Ross. But you know what? Things change. They don't have a lot of time. They rolled right into the finals. There was like no break time because everything took a little longer today to get going. So let's see what you guys got to say. I'm curious if some of you guys were there. Any of you guys were there, actually saw this in person? I'd love to hear from you. Greg Ulyss from Montreal, Canada. What up? The live stream is horrible. Well, you said horrible. I just said subpar. Iain takes on conditioning. See, I couldn't see that. It's really hard to tell. I looked at some pictures on Instagram and stuff too. Yeah, Iain's probably a little more conditioned from what I could tell. It was hard to tell. Ahmed says Hassan, good Egypt. Yeah, he's from Hassan is winning. Hassan winner. Well, that's the same guy saying that. Robin might even be second after someone. I don't think Robin is going to be second, but for him to move all the way up to third in this lineup, he's beating a bunch of guys who beat him in New York a couple weeks ago. I think this is a tremendous showing for Robin Strand. Robin, man, great legs on him, great conditioning, huge shoulders, great back. A little more arms would really help Robin out, particularly the biceps. Mark says, honestly, I don't think Iain is getting any better. His chest deflated. I haven't seen much improvement in his chest. His side shots look really good, but it's not because of his chest. You could see when Hassan hit his side chest, it was like a big, full, round chest. Iain's not so much. Iain still needs more. It says triceps, calves, and lower lats are atrophied. He was a tad hard, but Hassan winning. And I was really trying to see the difference in Iain Valier's back. The rear lat spread especially, because that's where we saw a lot of atrophy at the last Olympia. That very last couple inches of his lower lat seemed to be gone. And he seems to be posing in a way now that you can't really tell. Like his rear double bicep, he was crunching and leaning back a little, so you really couldn't even see that area. It was in shadow. So smart, because you know what? That's what good posing is. It's highlighting your strong points and it's deflecting attention away from any weak points, flaws, anything like that you might have. So props to Iain. He did look a little more comfortable posing. He's always looked kind of awkward to me. Not so much like he's in pain, but it just gave me the impression of someone who doesn't spend a lot of time practicing their posing. Looks to me like Ian's been putting the work in. But man, Hassan is no joke. Hassan could easily walk away with this, guys. It's not like Iain is smoking him. People will say the condition. Yeah, condition is definitely very important. I don't see their condition being that different. I think Iain probably does have a little slight edge in condition. He's known for his condition, known for really deep cuts, especially the side leg shots, really between the hams and the quads and the hams. Always has a real nice split there. His glutes, good crisp striations in those. So man, I don't know. Also want to give a shout out to the 212 guys. 212, guy from Korea who was second at New York Pro last year, dropped down to fifth this year. Sungyup Jang, who's working with Milo Sarshev. He's the Mass 212 on Instagram. Great physique. I would like to see a better back on him. What other notes did I make on Sung? I didn't write no back, did I? No. Still, I could tell he needed more conditioning, which is why he should have walked away with this. There were only 6 guys in the 212. Pretty small 212 division. Excuse me. So the guy who's really pushing him hard today, I think he was in New York. Pretty sure I remember him. Piotr Borecki from Poland. Really good shape and structure. Definitely superior conditioning to Sung Yap Jang. Could walk away with this. What else you guys got to say? I'm new here. What's up? Well, the men's open were 4 hours too late on stage. No big difference in peaking. Well, judging was, they weren't that far behind really based on what they were supposed to start at. The judging started at 10. It didn't actually start till almost 10:30. They got a late start. They did all the women's divisions. So I think the men knew they weren't going on until later. Mark says, I disagree, Ron. Ian's posing transition in the side chest was shaky and amateurish. Oh, he's not a great poser yet, by any means. Don't get it twisted. He's better than he was. He also made quite a few foot placement mistakes from the front. He can still make massive improvements in posing. See, that I never understood why people wouldn't work more on their posing. It doesn't make sense to me. The 2 things you can always control. Well, the one thing you can always control, because condition, maybe something goes wrong. Maybe some food reacted badly with you. But you can always control your posing 100%. That's on you. So why wouldn't you be the best poser you possibly can? Showcase your physique to its maximum potential. That's what I always did. And conditioning was another thing I always felt was in my control. You can beat a lot of people with great conditioning and great posing that technically have better physiques than you, but maybe they were out of shape and maybe they weren't the greatest at displaying their physique. Happens a lot. I have sub 2 things. Ian's chest vanishes in front shots. Yeah, I noticed in his front lat spread, especially because he's got these massive shoulders. You can see his lats popping out from the front. Ian's got these crazy legs. Chest deflates. The mark of a really thick chest is when you can see the chest in a front double bicep. When your chest looks thick with your arms up like that, you know you have a thick chest. For most guys who don't have a thick chest, it goes away when they put their arms up. Or in a lat spread, as the chest spreads apart, it goes away because they don't have that thickness. Same thing in the back. A lot of guys, you can sort of be tricked into thinking they have a thicker back in the rear double bicep with everything crunched together. But when they spread it apart, the lats, now you can see, he doesn't really have a lot of thickness to his back. He needs a lot more. Dylan Bustian, Joe and bus coach Justin got told the men's were at 10 a.m. Well, they really should have looked at, because there was a post on the Toe Pro Super Show Instagram days ago. It looked like 4 or 5 days ago with the order of events, and it said clearly women's bodybuilding, women's physique, figure, wellness, bikini, men's physique, wheelchair, classic, 212, and open. So they should have known that it was going to start later. I see some Korean, it looks like. What are you wearing? It's my CrossFit shirt. Not a CrossFitter, but Reebok made some cool stuff, man. Mark, to be fair, Hassan wasn't opening up properly in the front double. He should bring those arms up and have better control over his midsection. Problem with him is his midsection is thick. He doesn't have like a real V to his, he doesn't have a V taper. It's more of a block, more straight up and down. He kind of pulls it off because he's got these legs, crazy quads that sweep out, and then he's got the lats and the shoulders. So he's wide, the X frame, he's got the wide shoulders and the width to the quads. So it gives him a little bit of an X frame, but if he had a more narrow waist, a narrower waist, he'd really be in business. But that's just his bone structure. Superhero, I have Hassan for the win. If you gave this to Iain, they cheat Hassan. Hassan is much more impressive. I don't know. It's very, very close now, guys. Benji Perez, Hassan is a bad matchup for the rest of these guys. He exposes all the gaps they have. Oh, Brandy, you like my muscles? Okay. Christian Obadia, did you see any improvements in his physique? This first show working with Matt Jansen. I'm just going off a live stream. If I was there in person, I'd feel like I could make answer that better, a more qualified answer. From what I saw on the live stream, I didn't see any improvement. Maybe his lower lats, he got some of that back. I didn't see anything else. I mean, his condition, he's always coming in dry, grainy. Conditioning is a strong point for Iain, so I didn't see any real improvements. So, Mr. Maxwell, we're at the show. The consensus so far when people talking is Iain running with this. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I mean, he's got a hell of a physique. I love the Looney Tunes. Men's physique final start. I don't know what division they're on. I'll tell you right now because I have that going on another screen. I'm going to go to it now. Okay, so it looks like bikini, or is that wellness? It's hard to tell. I think they're on bikini now. I can't really tell the difference a lot of times as I'm looking at it. I'm going to say that's bikini. Yeah, she's not very big. So that they're on bikini now. So men's physique will be next. You'd have to go to Toronto Pro Show to get the stream. You'd have to purchase that. Let's see. I think the Dalton Smith. I think the clearer photos coming out show more of Iain's strengths and Hassan's weaknesses. The videos and streams are all blurry. Yeah, like I said, a huge strong point for Iain is his conditioning. He has that grainy look, the mature muscle look. Hassan has off and on. He struggled with his condition. It's a hit or miss thing with him. Sometimes he's been a lot leaner than other times. So if Iain has far superior conditioning, which he might, I'm going off what you're saying right now because I can't tell looking at that stream. Then, if it's that close, I would just give it to Iain. Yeah, why not? You got to make a decision somehow. 212 will start. I can't give you any times, guys. So they're on finals now. They're on bikini. So then they have men's physique. Then they're going to go to wheelchair, classic, 212 and open. So you're probably looking at a good 40 minutes or more. D. Chambers, Hassan looks the best. See, someone else just said Iain is the best. Make up your mind, people. But that's what I'm saying. It's a close show. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of these guys win. I would not be one bit surprised. Muscle Machine, I want Hassan to win. I love both, but Iain has to bring his chest. There's no chest visible on him. I mean, everyone's got weak points. Like I said, Hassan's got a thick midsection. Iain's got a kind of a weak chest. His triceps aren't the greatest in certain shots. You know, they each have things you could pick apart. The judges have to decide who's got the best overall package. It's not an easy task. Muscle Machine, I want Hassan. Oh, you just said that. Brennan, Dalton Smith, hello, Mark. Mark again says, I still think Iain will take it on structure, but honestly, I didn't see any improvements with Matt. If anything, he was worse. I don't know. I don't know if he's worse. He's probably better. I'm hearing from different people online that he's better than he was at the Olympia, and the Olympia wasn't his greatest look, this last Olympia. You know, Iain at his best, he's been 7th place at the Olympia. He's no joke. But yeah, I don't see any improvements. That's what I would want to see on Iain, is a real thick shelf of an upper chest. I mean, he's got pretty much everything else. More triceps. I'd like to see a little more triceps. You know, we're taking these people that are much closer to perfection than we could ever be, and then we're trying to fill in little gaps, take away things that are too big, make things bigger, they're small. You know, we're chasing perfection with everybody. Mustafa is the winner, said with Cheat Mix. Well, how old am I? I'm 53. You'll be 23? Well, my son will be 24. In Max, so I like to call Iain. I like on Iain's Instagram how he has the pronunciation of his name there for you. Also, it took me years, probably about 2 or 3 years, to properly spell Iain's name. I was spelling it I-A-N, but it's actually I-A-I-N, the traditional Scottish spelling of Iain. That's what he told me one time. Muscle Machine, Hassan is the closest thing to Phil Heath. He does have those real full, round muscles. But I wish he could get that waist smaller and tighter midsection. It's really just his structure. There's nothing he can do. That's his bones. Like, these are his hip bones. They're this wide. You can't do anything to make these bones more narrow than that. This is where they are. Like I said, all he could do, he did everything he could do. He got huge up top with the shoulders, the arms, the back, huge quads. He's done everything he could do. And that's why, you know, if he didn't have all that mass, that waist would really be, I don't know if he would even be at this level. I don't know if he would have turned pro with that structure if he hadn't gotten so big. Benji Perez, no way Iain is consensus winner. Chat ever has Hassan as winner, as much or more than Iain. I think it's very close. It's very, very close. S. McGee, Hassan looks the best he's looked in a long time. I think if Hassan wins, it's a massive win for him. It will be great for him to pull off a win because he had health issues toward the end of last year, and he had qualified for the Olympia. Hassan, he wasn't able to make it to the Olympia. He had to drop out. So I'm sure he would love to pick up a win today, shut it down, take a little rest, and then, you know, start prepping for the Olympia in a couple months. She doesn't have to, it's not till November, so we wouldn't have to start prepping till what, like August, September, October, November? Yeah, like mid-August, I guess. Let's see. If condition is close, says Benji, if condition is close, you got to give it to the more muscular guy. Well, anyone who was there or has seen the pictures, really nice, clear, high-resolution pictures, tell me, whose condition? Is Iain's condition much better? Are they close? I seriously doubt Hassan's in better condition. I don't think Hassan's capable of getting in better condition than Iain. Iain's just got this really thin skin and grainy look. But if they're very, very close, I'm curious. Tell us about how you met Robin Strand. Funny joke. He's 100% better than the Olympia. Yeah, Iain's better than the Olympia for sure. S. McGee, Hassan's legs and chest look better than Iain. Yep. Iain doesn't have bad legs, don't get me wrong, but Hassan's legs are just ridiculous. Hassan looks very conditioned as well. I'd like to see him win. Nick, I'm a sucker for an underdog story, so I'd like to see Hassan win. Yeah, Hassan's been through some... I remember what show was it? Was it in Tampa? It was in Tampa. A couple of years ago. One of the pandemic years when I was there. We were supposed to shoot pictures with him the next day for the magazine. And he had to go to the hospital. It was something like hemorrhoids, but it was really bad, really painful. Felt horrible for the guy. He had to go to the hospital and have that taken care of. I mean, you know, these are all human beings. They all have the same, all these health issues aren't related to gear. It's, you know, they get problems with weird shit like hemorrhoids, just like we do. Mark's Max Muscle. Does Hassan have a bubble gut bonanza? Could be a triple double bubble bellies, baby, please. He doesn't have a gut. He has a thick midsection. It's his structure mainly. Someone with a really, you know, wider hips, those bones, they're never going to have a real small flat midsection. It's impossible visually to create that when you have that structure. But no, he doesn't have a bubble gut, not at all. If he had a bubble gut, I don't think he'd be fighting for the win. They've really cracked down on guts. You don't see a lot of guts anymore. If you do, they're not getting first call out. Guarido Nutricionista, the problem with Iain is that his weaknesses are really glaring. His chest, for example, looks really funky. I mean, I've seen people with subpar chests do very well, and I'm only using these examples. These are both friends of mine, but Evan Senapani never had a great chest. It was, you know, it wasn't that detracting from the rest of his physique was phenomenal. My buddy Jose Raymond never had like a great chest, but everything else was so spectacular. It's a total package. Everyone's got weak points. Everybody out there's got something you can pick apart. Robbie Bell, I would give it to Ross. Why Ross? Why would you have Ross? How would you have Ross beating both Iain and Hassan and Robin Strand? I don't know. Ross is a cool dude, but I can't back you up on that one. Terry Boateng, man, Hassan has gone through a lot. I really hope he takes this one home. Guaridos, I know really, but he doesn't have to split on his chest. Let's see. Guarido says, I'd like Ross winning though, but he needs to fill out his structure. His legs are all done. Ross's legs are phenomenal. From the front, back. Ross Flanagan's legs are done. I would fill out the upper body a little bit more, especially the arms. He's got great shoulders. Back's really good. Little more arm development. They're not bad, but he's got these massive legs. It's all about balance, balancing out the physique. If you have massive legs, you need to have massive arms, and vice versa. If you have these massive arms and your legs are just okay, people are gonna go, oh, those legs, they're weak, because it's all about balance. Package on, is that a joke about Zijemi Diachwili? Hey Ron, I think Hassan because he got more package on stage. Are you referring to the bulge in his posing trunks? How dare you? This is a family channel. Robin Strand is good too, says Robbie. Yeah, Robin's a solid third in my book. He's looking great. He brought the condition. He's a big kid. I call him kid because he's like 20, what is he, 27? He's a young guy. Got a bright future ahead. X says, Hassan waist is too wide for how narrow he is up top. Ian's got a better V-taper, 100%. Yeah, I mean, structurally, the bone structure, Iain all day. He's got that, what we want, the X frame, wide shoulders, narrow waist, flaring thighs. Hassan would have that same effect if his hips were just a little more narrow. Let's see, Robbie Bell. Iain, much smaller, and Hassan loses the front pose and still does have condition from the back. I don't know if Hassan loses all the front poses. Ruben Von Verdi, why is Iain so overrated? He has very weak body parts. Suddenly conditioner important, but Arnold Classic was not important. I don't understand it. I don't think Ian's overrated. You know, we saw at the Olympia, if he was overrated, they would have placed him a lot higher than they did. You know, he's very good. He's won a few pro shows. What's he won? Like New York Pro, Tampa Pro, Texas Pro. He's got a good amount of wins already. He's got I want to say like five pro wins or more. He won he won at least one in Europe. And he's been top 7 in the Olympia, and so he's not overrated. It's just, you know, you expect a lot. We expect a lot from these guys. We expect them to keep improving forever. We expect them to be 100% conditioned at every show. You know, we're very demanding of these guys. You know, like any sports fan, they're very, very demanding of their favorite athletes, of course. Let's see. Guarido says, I really like Jason Lowe physique. Wish he could have cracked top 5 at least. He wasn't that far out from it. I mean, I think he's going to end up like 6th or 7th maybe. But he definitely did not look out of place up there with the open guys. He's done a great job of getting a lot more size and thickness without sacrificing his waist is still the same size, and he still brings that great condition, maybe even better condition than I say. Iain isn't known for his shape though. No. I mean, Dorian wasn't either. Some of the guys with the best shape, they don't ever come in condition. I've seen guys with tremendous shape that they never put it all together. You need to put everything together on contest day. Ahmed Samut, only reason why Iain would win today is because the show is in Toronto. Haha. Hassan's package is better over. Well, if it was in Egypt, I guess Hassan would win, right? Now, I don't think it goes. It's not like it's a bunch of Canadian judges. These judges are from, you know, all over the place. Mostly America, USA. What do we call it? Iain is massive. Doesn't look massive next to Hassan. No, Hassan's just so rounded, full, and I'm sure I would guess Iain probably has 20 pounds on him, and they're about the same height. Iain might be a little taller. Iain's probably carrying a lot more actual weight, but Hassan has that round look to the muscles. It's just genetic. Real round, full muscle bellies and small joints. It makes someone look a lot heavier than they are. Ron here for the win. Let's see. Iain has great side shots, but can't bring anyone FDB and up thigh. Men's physique hopes. I'm sorry I'm not watching it. I'm focusing on open and 212, the divisions I'm really good at, you know, assessing. And I apologize if I'm not covering men's physique, so sorry about that. Antonio Montana, Iain's body looks atrophied. How has he won so much? I just don't get it. He looks hurt. Atrophied chest, triceps, calves. Actually, his calves were bigger before. That's true, because Tragili did a video months ago and showed that his calves were bigger before. Right lat hurt. Incomplete body should never win. Well, it's all about who's the best that day. I mean, Dorian Yates tore his bicep in, I think it was 94. Dorian won his last few Olympias with, he never even got fixed with a bicep. It was this one. This bicep was torn in like halfway down the arm or toward the shoulder. But everything else was so great. Stephen Teller, Ron, you should have Jose call him for his opinions. He's at the show. Yeah, I should have thought of that ahead of time. Yeah, Nate Teller was supposed to be in the 212. Our buddy Nate, that's Steven's brother, owns Gym Hub in Boston. Last minute before he had to go to the airport, couldn't find his passport. So he missed the show. Oh, Nate, I feel, poor guy. You know, luckily he didn't prep just for that. He had already done New York Pro 2 weeks ago. So it's not like he prepped for a show and couldn't do it, but he did stay on his prep and he was looking better, but he lost his passport. He couldn't find his passport. I don't know where it is. Mr. Pepperhot, Iain, most muscular, looks weak in his front double, not good. No chest. Bottom line, Iain looks flat. It's not his best. Is that what you guys are saying? I mean, I wish I was there. I wish I was either there or had a better stream to go by. Antonio Montana, in relation to Tony, it's supposed to be the best built body, not the most atrophied body like Iain's. Ooh, a lot of Iain hate here. Oof. Guys are giving Iain a rough time. Robbie Bell, completeness aspect should be between Ross and Robin. Yeah, I mean, there's probably some guys further on down the line that are very complete too, but they just don't have the size, the condition. Why is Muscle University, why Hossein Kalata in open? He must be 212. So he's talking about, yeah, Hossein Kalata from Canada. I'm imagining he's originally from Persia. Sounds like a very Persian last name. Yeah, I think he was 212 last year, but either he didn't make the weight. I don't know what happened, but probably what happened is he didn't make the weight and decided to just go open, or maybe he put on a few pounds and he decided, well, I'm only 215, 218, whatever, but I'll go open. I've seen guys do it, and a lot of the times they do pretty well anyway. Ding Tui, it looks really close. Top 4 is tight. Iain will be the safe bet to win, but only just. I don't know if he's winning. I don't know. It's going to be down to the wire. This confirmation round that's going to happen soon. Let's see where they're at now. I'm going to go back to they're on Men's Physique Awards right now, it looks like. Are they giving them awards or confirmation round? I have the live stream up on another screen. So I just see a whole stage full of Men's Physique pros right now. It's either going to be a confirmation round. Yeah, everyone's just standing around waiting for something to happen. Okay, so it's a call. They're doing the confirmation round for Men's Physique, which means wheelchair is up next and then classic. So I'll be wrapping this up in a few minutes. Let's see. Peter, big toe contract placement to ground determined calves. Shoes ruin our toe structure. Interesting. Robbie Bell, Dorian had poor body parts but looked good in every pose. I agree. He didn't really have any poor body parts. His arms weren't the greatest. They weren't like horrible. His back kick was amazing. His legs were amazing. All right. Are the finals going on right now? Yes, they are. In fact, they've already done finals for women's bodybuilding, women's physique, women's figure, women's wellness, bikini. They're doing the confirmation round, and they're going to be doing awards for men's physique in a couple minutes, I'm sure. Then they're going to do that for wheelchair. They'll do the routines, and it's going to be classic 212 and open. So, yeah, this thing should be all done like in, what time is it now? 6:30, I would guess. Probably be all done. Jacob Madrid, number 1. This is his predictions from Jacob. Number 1, Iain. Number 2, Hassan. Number 3, Ross. Yeah. Okay, you got Ross ahead of Robin. Iain just barely winning based off pictures. We'll see the confirmation round, guys. It's going to happen in, I don't know, like a half hour or so. That's 50% of the score. So if Hassan got a lot better or Iain got a lot worse, or things could change. If it's very, very close and one of them gets a lot better and one of them doesn't, it makes it a lot easier for the judges, because sometimes it's like you could flip a coin. These guys, they have different body types. It's hard to really say this guy's better than that guy if they're both in great condition. You know, this guy, he's got this, Iain's got this chest issue, his calves, whatever. Hassan's got a thick, blocky waist. I mean, you have to decide which one of these guys has the best overall package. It's not easy because nobody's perfect. If they were perfect, well, there's your winner. It's pretty easy. Let's see. Morgan McDonald, how did he do? He did not, I think he was last call out. What did I write about Morgan? Good mass conditioning. Didn't have the greatest shape. Yeah, sometimes you guys ask me about someone who made like third call out, and I feel bad telling you. If you're in the third call out, you know, in the gym, to a regular person, to even a regular fan, you look great, but sometimes you're on stage with these guys who just, that day they look a lot better, and yeah, you're going to end up like, I mean, there's only 14 guys in the show, so I don't know. He'll be probably between 10th and 14th would be my guess. Omar Abdelhakar, is Hassan's masculinity, I think you meant to say muscularity. Is Hassan's masculinity could beat Iain's condition wideness? Yeah, because it's, like I said, it's not a condition contest. It's not a size contest. It's a total package. So they're looking at structure, shape, mass, condition, presentation. You got to factor all those things in and decide who's got the best, who deserves to win. It's not easy. These judges have a very tough job. All right says, I feel like Iain is a bit too flat, but he might still squeeze out the win narrowly. Yeah, oh, definitely he could win. All right says, Iain is always better at finals too. So there you go. I mean, it's only a matter of like 3 hours, if that he's got between judging and finals, because this shows just they didn't have much of a break. They had to keep it going because they're already behind schedule. But we'll see. Yeah, he is typically better at finals. So I'm not going to be one bit surprised if he pulls it up, but I'm not going to be surprised if Hassan Mustafa wins either. They're both worthy champions today. That's how it goes a lot of times. Josiah Williams, I feel Iain is just overwhelming in his experience, just night and day as far as presentation. Well, he doesn't have the best presentation. Do you have Hassan winning, Ron? Robbie, if I was there, I would give you an answer. I'm going off some pictures on Instagram, a stream that's not that crystal clear. So I don't want to speculate. I'll for the finals, at least they'll be posing. I'll have a little better look at them individually. Well, let's see. Dirt Frog, Iain's all about the glutes. Did he highlight his glutes again? Iain's a glute guy. He gets shredded deep cuts on his glutes. Why not showcase that? Why not show it off? His glutes are massive, but no detail. I think you're talking about Hassan. Jacob Madrid, Ron, do you feel like Hassan has made improvements since last year? Not really, but what does he need to improve on? He's as big as he needs to be. Doesn't really have any weak body parts, so what does he need to improve on, really? I mean, I don't know. Legs, he's a massive dude. Everyone can always get better, but I mean, the way he's going to improve is going to be more muscle maturity, better conditioning. I think I see that today, but it's hard to tell. Ding tweet, Ronnie tracking Lucy from Australia. How's he looking? He's actually, I'm very impressed with Mike. I didn't really notice him until New York Pro. I've seen him before, but he definitely has a great physique with a lot of dense, thick muscle, great condition, very thin skin, very vascular. You know, it doesn't have like the prettiest shape, if I'm going to give one knock on him, but he brings a great package of size, condition, really mature looking muscle, a lot of striations. I like to see that. So, Lucy from Australia, how's he looking? So yeah, the finals are going on right now. What do they got going on? I'm going to go back to it. Oh, so now they're doing individual presentations for men's physique, and they're going to go right into wheelchair from that, wheelchair routines, classic physique, 212 and open. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for you guys. What else we got? Why does Iain's tricep look flat? Genetics or am I high? Well, are you high? I don't know. It's legal in my state. His triceps look flat because he doesn't have enormous triceps. They're not small by any means, of course. I'm sure he's got like 21-inch arms. My triceps are small. But yeah, I mean, it's not a strong point for him, just like his chest is not a strong point. His chest, to me, is more of a weak point than his triceps. And he's able to really pull off the side shots because he's got such great delts. You can see his serratus. He's getting better at highlighting certain aspects of his physique. So let's see. Benji Perez. Let's say Hassan is behind Iain in condition, and he has a wider midsection. Iain has weak lower back, weak chest, weak calves, weak triceps, weak posing. How does he beat Hassan? Well, I guess the other guy's sick because the show's in Toronto. Oh, that's horrible, of course. That's a terrible thing to say. Well, I mean, he's got a better structure. He's got a better V-taper. Probably better condition. He usually is in better condition than most of the people up on stage. But I don't know. Hassan thing has always been lack of detail. Yeah, I mean, Hassan's looking pretty damn good. I mean, I'm going by pictures he's been posting the last couple days, videos the last couple days. But I really can't see it on the screen, man. It's rough. I'll show you. Can I show you? I can show you. How do I do that? I'm gonna reverse. Yeah, so I don't know if you can get an idea. That's me there. So that's the stream. I know we're looking at a camera of a camera. It's more clear than what you're seeing on this phone, but it's not the most crystal clear. These are the Men's Physique Awards. Yeah, okay. Go back. So, yeah. Yeah, what were we talking about? What do you think about Iain's chest? I thought it was flat. I mean, Iain doesn't have a great chest. It needs a lot more upper chest. Why do I look so blue now? Jeez. I don't know. But yeah, it's a weak point. But you know, you could say Hassan's midsection is a weak point. Neither one of them's perfect. It's gonna come down to, I think it's very, very close. Jack Abdul, Hassan needs to improve the control of his midsection. So has few weaknesses. Yeah, he also doesn't keep his midsection. I don't want to say gut because then it sounds like he's got a gut. He doesn't always keep it nice and tight and sucked in like he's supposed to, and that will make you look like you have a gut. Should I turn this light on? Let's see. What happens when I turn that light on? Ooh, too bright, too bright. All right, we're going back to the original. What else you guys got to say? Hassan's side chest looks nutty. Yeah, I love that side chest. His legs from the side are so massive. That ham drop of his, it's crazy. Robbie Bell, Iain's chest and tries have always been an issue, but his side tries is his best pose. It's true, isn't that ironic? He's got a great side tricep pose. His triceps they're not bad. They're not bad. They're just not like awesome. I mean, we're thinking about guys with these real round, full, genetically full triceps, like a Rolly Winkler, Phil Heath type of tricep. He doesn't have that. He's never going to have that. But he's doing a hell of a job, man. His side shots, considering he doesn't have a great chest, he's got a great side chest. Iain, we're talking about. Noriega, Hassan wins easily. Get money with cooks. Hassan with better midsection control can really shrink the midsection. Maybe more defined abs with the same package. He'd be super, super tough. Yeah, I've been a big fan of Hassan now for, I think the first show I saw him at was a 2017 Tampa. Oh, Andrea, thank you for the emojis. I think 2017 Tampa was the first time I ever saw Hassan. Giles Thomas was there with me. He was over from UK, and we were both very, very impressed with Hassan. We're like, who is this guy? This guy is great. And you know, he still has so much potential. I think Hassan should be up there, top 5, top 6 Olympia. It's very crowded up at the top of the Olympia, guys. I'm well aware of that. We got some freaks up there. You got your Hottie, your Derek, your Nick Walker. I'm going to get a lot of heat because I can't remember everybody. It's very, very crowded up at the top of the Olympia. Samson will probably be up there. So Andrew Jack will probably be up there. Krizo will probably be up there. I mean, it's going to be a nutty Olympia this year. To me, Hassan. Ajit Nanda, to me, Hassan is the real winner, hands down. Yeah, he looks really good. Top 5 is something special. Top 8, maybe. I mean, if you make top 10 in the Olympia, most people never make it to the Olympia, period. Most pros. So if you could say I was top 10 in the Mr. Olympia, that's pretty damn awesome. If you could do top 5 in the Olympia, dude, you're like one of the elite of all pro bodybuilders. Obviously, there's only a very, very few people that become Mr. Olympia. But if you're top 5 in Olympia, that's badass. That is a huge accomplishment. But top 10, not bad either, guys. Not bad either. Dan, body coach, did anyone notice the difference in Iain's biceps in the front shot? One peaked and one flat. I didn't notice that. I noticed it in Robin's strand. It looked like one was this one. It looked like one of his biceps might have been a little bit partially torn, a little bit retracted from the elbow. Hassan really can be a breakthrough. If Hassan doesn't win, it's a shame, says Abu. Robbie Bell, Iain broke his arm wrestling when he was younger. Has a massive scar through his triceps. Well, it wasn't both triceps. Is that if I were him, I would show the other, because it's either side tricep. Like I always did my left side. You could choose the side that you display. You don't have to show both triceps. Except, in what we call the quarter turns, they're seeing all sides of you. But mandatory poses, the side shots, you're always able to choose either side chest, either side tricep. Let's see, Anur Hashumi. He packs so much muscle and is so round. I think he's talking about Hassan. When he really figures out the right combination between fullness and conditioning, he'll be very dangerous. Well, he's got Chad Nichols on his team now. Iain's got Matt Jansen. They both have amazing coaches. It is Chad's first prep with Hassan. So it's always tough for a coach to nail it 100% with a client the first time out because they're still figuring things out. I'm sure they took a lot of notes on this peaking process and they're learning things that they can apply, things that worked well, things that maybe didn't work so well. So the next show that Chad and Hassan do together, he'll look even better. We're not talking about like how guys get their physiques, guys. Come on. Yeah. Sorry, Noriega. What happened to Iain's chest? Nothing happened to it. It's always been like that. Denis Gunyas. Hey, Ron, I wonder what would happen if I do the same cycle. Oh, we're talking about the Toronto Pro. We're not talking about steroids right now. Your question is actually being asked tomorrow on Ask Dr. T. I have all the questions here. And, oh, didn't we actually answer it? Didn't we answer your question? It's the same cycle. Many foods. I think we answered your question on the last Dr. T. We did, didn't we? Collaboration. Yeah, go to this channel, go to videos, talking to you, Denise. Go to the last Ask Dr. Testosterone. We answered your question, and in the description, we have time codes so you can go right to your question. You can find your question and answer. Dr. Tuliados answered your question on his show, Ask Dr. T. So, yeah, no need to ask me again. Just join. Could you repeat shortly who you got? I got Iain or Hassan. I don't know. If I was right there, if I was at the show, watching it live and in person, I would tell you, I would give you an answer. Right now, I can't. If I could really scrutinize these guys up close the way I normally do when I'm at a show, or if there's a really good live stream, like a Super 4K, then I could do it. Edwin says, Phil Heath era got ended with the bubble gut issue. You think Rami's going to cause the end of the imperfection era? There's no era. It's just, they're just judging what's ever in front of them. There's no era. How many open events qualify people for the Olympia will be held this year? Well, that's McGee. I don't know off the top of my head, but if you go to ifbbpro.com, ifbbpro.com, it has the full schedule of all the shows, and it's actually by division. So it'll say open bodybuilding, and it's going to list all the shows that have open bodybuilding. Then it'll say 212, classic, and so on. So you can check that out. ifbbpro.com. OBS Pescado, why does Iain's chest look smaller than Hassan's? Because it is. And do you think Iain looks shaky? Iain, I don't think Iain practices posing as much as he could, so that's probably why he shakes a little bit. Robbie Bell, I would have Ross winning, but top three will be, how do you have Ross winning? No one else has Ross winning. It's great that you're a fan, Ross is a cool dude. We had a great interview that's up on this channel last week, but I don't see him beating either of those guys. Come on. Mid. Ding tweet, I'm with Giles. I have 13 guys in my top 5 for this year's Olympia. Osterreich simply says Hassan. I got to check the live stream. Where are they at now? Oh, they're on wheelchair, guys. So I have to run because they're going to be going to Classic Physique very, very soon. And I definitely have to watch that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back on this channel live with a wrap-up of the finals. Let you know who won. We'll have some good footage to check out and talk about. And we'll get into it. It's probably going to be about 90 minutes from now, 2 hours from now. Maybe even sooner. I'm not sure. But if you have your notifications on, you will know. So thanks, guys, for being part of this. Appreciate it so much. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.